What's up guys, DFox here, and today I'll be taking a look at an Itel phone that they've been advertising a lot lately, the S11. Now starting off with the box, it's a regular red box, as it is with all Itel phones, with the key specs listed on the back. Now opening it up, and we get the S11 itself. Let's put that to the side for a minute, and underneath that there's two more boxes. I like how they kept everything neat and tidy, very flagship-like. Well done, Itel. The first box contains a flip case with a circular opening for viewing the time. The case uses magnetic sensor for automatically turning the screen on and off when the case is opened and closed. The only disadvantage of this case is that only the time and incoming calls are displayed when the case is closed. Notifications don't show up here until you open the case, that is. Perhaps Itel could fix that with a software update. Moving on, the next box contains the battery, charging adapter, headphones, and the USB cable. Taking a look at the placements, there's the 3.5mm headphone jack up top, and to the left it's completely bare. To the bottom there's the micro USB port and the primary microphone. To the right there's the volume rocker and the power button. The buttons are made out of metal and are reasonably tactile. To the front, up top, there's the sensors, an LED flash, the earpiece, and the 5-megapixel camera. Below that, there's the 5-inch display, and below it are the capacitive keys. Not that the capacitive keys aren't backlit. To the back, there's the 5-megapixel camera and dual LEDs below it. At the bottom, there's the Itel branding and a loudspeaker grill. The S11 has a removable back cover, which is made out of metal. The phone is not exactly flagship, but it feels solid, doesn't creak, and fits nicely in the hand. The chamfered edges on the rounded back also help in handling. The design is definitely a job well done. I just wish Itel could use the front-facing flash as a notification light as well. The display is a 5-inch IPS panel, which unfortunately comes with a disappointing resolution of 480p. That aside, the display itself is quite nice. The viewing angles are great and the colors are quite alright. But the best part is it comes with mirror vision, which allows you to tweak the colors to your liking. Sunlight legibility, however, could be better. Underneath the hood, the S11 comes with a MediaTek MT6580 chipset and 1GB of RAM. I ran it through Geekbench 3 and it benchmarked very close to the Galaxy S3, which is quite surprising because the S3 is a former flagship, but I guess that's good news. As for day-to-day performance, apps open up fairly quick, response is great, and it can hold several apps in memory. There are some minor lags and stutters here and there, but nothing too annoying. When it comes to software, the S11 is running a close to stock Android 6.0 Marshmallow. The software has been improved quite a lot compared to previous Itel models. The launcher is actually quite usable, and it resembles Meizu's Flyme OS quite a lot. It doesn't have too much bloatware, but it does come with a few pre-installed apps like Instagram and the like, but most of them can be uninstalled. Some of the pre-installed apps are actually quite useful. For example, there's one called Multiple Accounts, which allows you to run more than one account of the same platform, such as Facebook, on the same phone at the same time. Another one is called App Freeze, which notifies you if you're not using any apps as much and gives you the option to freeze them so that you don't use up the phone's resources. The battery used here is rated at 2400 milliamp hours. I was getting screen on times of just over 5 hours, and it was able to last me a whole day under moderate usage. If you're a light user, you should be able to get a day and a half. Charging time is not the fastest though. Using the supplied charger, I was able to charge from 0 to 100 in just over 3 hours. As for camera, the S11 has a 5-megapixel shooter with an aperture of f2.8. The key thing to know here is that this shooter supports autofocus. The camera interface is typical of Chinese manufacturers and tries to copy the iPhones for the most part, but here a basic Pro mode is included. Nice. Picture quality under good lighting is just average. The photos do lack detail and dynamic range is mediocre, but I would say this is the best camera I've ever seen on an Itel phone. If you intend to upload your photos to social media and whatnot, then the images are quite alright and it shouldn't have any problems. Under low light, the image quality decreases. The dual LED flash can be used to help the situation, but it tends to overexpose. I'd recommend using the Pro mode if you intend to fire the flash. And just a quick side note, the camera tends to miss focus at times even when the crosshairs turn green, so make sure you actually got your subject in focus before taking the photo. In video mode, things go downhill considerably. Firstly, the default camera app records videos in 3GP, and once you start recording, touch focus doesn't work. I decided to install a third-party app, so I installed Open Camera, and everything got solved. I could record in MP4, touch focus works while recording, and I get higher frame rates and much more video options. Once again, video output is just average, nothing fancy. To wrap this up, the S11 surprised me. A lot of the complaints I had with Itel phones have been solved. The build quality is alright, the interface is no longer ugly, the camera is considerably better, and the RAM is a usable amount. The only major shortcoming is the low resolution display. But considering that this is an entry-level device, I'm willing to look past that, and I would definitely recommend this phone to anyone looking for a good, decent entry-level phone. Thank you for watching my review, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this one, and share to your social medias as well. I'll see you in the next one.